This is my back after 2 months of steroids. This is my back after 3 months of steroids. This is 4 months, and now finally 5 months. You'll notice that it's getting way better. Unfortunately, I was forced to take about a month break from the gym, which also meant no steroids. That mixed with eating much less dairy, and I started treating it, my back is actually starting to look pretty good. Or at least pretty good to my standards. Still kind of looks like a strawberry shortcake.
Oh, it looks like this juice head is back. This juice bomb. You guys seem to like my last video covering this jacked steroid user's rise to fame. Now, I did state in my last video this could all be a joke. It could all be for attention. Because he knows this type of content will get him followers. There's so many of these TikTokers who document their steroid journey and they glamorize steroids. And they always get a lot of followers, even if they've got the personality of a potato. But as I say, he could just be lying, and people love lying to get attention. His account has now grew past 110,000 followers from posting about the so-called steroids he's taken.
It's time I tell you guys what steroids I take. I spent a lot of time reading y'all's comments. And in the past, I haven't told you what steroids I take because I didn't want anyone replicating it. But after reading comments, I realized that you guys aren't that stupid. Majority of you know what I'm doing is bad, and you shouldn't replicate it. I take D-bol. Now, this isn't going to be a surprise for a lot of you, because a lot of you have already put it together that all the acne and symptoms that I have are huge causes from D-bol. Now, I'm not going to drop a whole cycle and tutorial of how to take D-bol properly, but if you are curious about it, you can DM me on Twitter.
Now, I think it's safe to assume a couple things here. Either 1, he's not on steroids at all, or 2, he's on steroids, but he eats and trains that bad that he's not getting any results. Regardless, the fact that he could be taking steroids was never really my main issue. My main issues with this type of content are 1, he's lying about it to get attention. I just hate liars. And 2, a large portion of his TikTok audience could be young, impressionable kids who are now becoming really desensitized to pro-steroid content. These TikTokers who document and glamorize their steroid use are the worst. Some people in the comments might say, oh, Shaun, he's hardly glamorizing it, posting about his back acne. But it is still glamorizing steroids in a way, because he's talking about them positively. He's saying, yeah, I've got back acne, but look at all these gains I've got. He is showing a few before and after pictures as well. Now, whether you think the before and after pictures are good or not is besides the point. He's the one glamorizing them. He's the one who's talking positively about the steroids he's taken. Back in the day, there used to be a stigma that came with taking steroids, which I think we need to bring back, because now there's no stigma and it's completely fine to just be open about your steroid use. People are far too quick to make rash decisions and jump on steroids, especially at young ages. I get DMs all the time from kids who are 15, 17 years old asking me if they should take steroids because of the peer pressure or because they've seen someone on TikTok take them. And I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but content like this makes it seem like it's all fun and games when really steroids shave years off your life.
Steroids haven't made me big immediately, and they're not going to. Some folk have commented that they look just as good as me, and they're also only 4 months in, insinuating that what I'm taking is not making me any bigger. But everyone starts at a different place. For instance, this is me before working out. You can see that my bicep is actually smaller than my forearm. That's because you have 2 bones in your forearm, and I was all bone.
I seen someone in the comments of my last video, which was about this lad, and has now went viral, talking about how they gained 30 pounds from the steroids that they'd taken, and they would recommend steroids to anyone. Like, what a dumb comment that is. You'd recommend steroids to anyone, would you? It only takes one young, impressionable kid to see a comment like this and then make a stupid decision and hop on gear. It's kind of similar to what Andrew Tate says. If I make a video that's getting somewhere between 500 and 1,000 views, and I say something that's bad or something that can be interpreted the wrong way, it's not really that awful when only 500 people are seeing it. But if I do that same video and 5 million people see it, then even if 1% of those 5 million people misinterpret something, that's a big pool of people that now you have negatively influenced. So we have to be careful with our content. Go and look at all my short form content. I might be a bit brash, I might be a bit in your face, but never am I preaching anything bad. I'm preaching accountability, taking responsibility, being natural, being a man, making money, getting in shape, being able to fight and defend yourself. And then you've got lads like these who are on TikTok amassing 20, 30, 40 million views across the content, and it's all pro steroid content. That's why the title of the last video, and maybe the title of this video, uses the word idiot in the title. Steroids take years off your life. Do you understand that? If you're happy with that, then cool, go for it. But I believe most kids don't know the consequences, and they do steroids for the wrong reasons. The sad fact is they'd rather trade those years off the life for more attention on social media or off girls. And here's a news flash: girls don't care about your physique if your personality, confidence and game is crap. Some people also commented on my last video saying that I was jealous because he's got more followers, because I did mention how fast his account was growing relative to mine, which was more so anti-steroid content. I was just making an observation that this pro-steroid content has a big impact, which I believe is detrimental towards society. Also, just so I can validate myself and shut you idiots down, why would I be jealous of a kid with 100,000 followers who's providing no value to the world when I've got multiple businesses in the real world outside of the internet, and I do this for fun? So if there's any of those idiots from the last video on this video, keep defending your acne steroid king. It only helps out with my engagement. And by the way, speaking of which, I've just hit 10 million views on this channel as of yesterday, which I'm pretty happy about. I didn't expect that whatsoever. So I appreciate all you guys out there supporting this type of content. We're all about bettering ourselves on this channel. I just find it crazy how these steroid-based TikTokers blow up so fast, and I just pray to God that no one sees their content and hops on gear because of it, because of the glamorization of it, and because they just think it's normal. So listen, boys, stay natty. There's no need to hop on gear. You can do this naturally. If you think 30 pounds of extra muscle and looking like a bit of a roid head is going to solve all your insecurities, you're wrong. I've done martial arts my whole life. I'm a kickboxer. I'm really well versed in MMA as well. Put me up against a bodybuilder who's 30 pounds of me and watch what happens. Kickboxing or MMA rules, you'll get far more fulfillment and confidence by being well versed in fighting and also being strong and athletic naturally without steroids. And look, I'm here to help. If you're a gym beginner, you've never stepped foot in the gym before, or maybe just once or twice, I've got a free gym beginner course to help you overcome your fear and anxiety of starting the gym. The link is in the description. There's also training programs and my Natural Physique Academy course down below if you want more of a structured approach to building muscle naturally, steroid free. Check them out in the description. Like the video, subscribe for daily uploads, and I'll see you tomorrow.